Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video we will see how to filter data in Excel with VBA macros. And as an example, I have here some sports data. These are scores for the football Spanish First League, Primera División, for this season. Um, just as an example, we have the date, the time of the game, home team, away team, goals, and cards as well. And if you want to have sports data, football, also basketball, tennis, in Excel, you can have a look at one of my blogs, Excel Macro Sports, and you have here scores for football, basketball, some other probably coming soon, and you can get the data here, and you can also see data and many more things in one of my websites, the results for seasons since 2010, the standings as well, statistics. Here you need to select the team, and the most interesting thing is the predictions, right? These are the predictions for the upcoming games. Well, you can see a lot of things here if you're interested about that. But now let's go back to the Excel sheet. So this would be the example to see how we filter with Excel VBA. Now let's go to the Visual Basic Editor, and let's call this filter data. So we're gonna see a lot of things today about filtering with VBA, and we're gonna target the sheet one. So I'm gonna start with sheet one, and some of the first things we can do, and using some of the sheet properties, is to see if the filter has been applied. First of all, if not, we can apply the filter. We will see that in a moment. And if the data has been filtered. So if I put that in a message box, sheet dot auto filter mode, and let me end the with statement here, we can see this is going to be false because we didn't apply any filter. Now, if the filter is applied, so we do that manually here, filter is applied, this is going to give us true. And if some data was filtered, let's say we filter by something here, we can also recognize that with filter mode. Let me put it in another message so you filter mode. So the first one, auto filter, is going to tell us filtering is on. Yes, in case it's on, we can see if we have already filtered some data or not. So yes, filter is on, and true, yes, we have filtered some data. Why is this important? So this is important to know where you start from. If you start from something like this, you may want to unfilter everything, right? So you can use this to say, if filter mode is true, then dot show all data. You can do show all data. So let me run this. You see now it has seen that it was on and it has filtered all data. So you can always put that at the beginning of your code to make sure that you work with all the data, or you can put the show all data at the very end after you have filtered and you have done all what you wanted. You have got the different data you wanted to see. Either way. Now, if we want to remove the filtering or add the filtering, then we need to target the range. So in sheet one dot, we could say just range A1, and this would actually apply to the whole range, but I often rather use the used range. So I know I'm gonna filter the whole range with data, and then you can put auto filter, and if I don't add anything else here, and I run it, it's gonna remove the filter. If I run it again, it's gonna add filtering, but it's not gonna do anything else. So with this line, you can just switch the filtering on and off, as you see. Now, to filter something, now I'm gonna put this into another width. To filter something, we are targeting the range. In this case, the used range, but it could be a particular range, A1 through B12, whatever. But usually you're gonna filter the whole table, so starting in row one. So used range is good. Then I'm gonna end here the second width. I hope you follow. The first width is for sheet, just to apply this line of code here, because these properties are properties of the sheet object. However, or properties or methods, However, this is a method or a function of the range object. So that's why we have another width here. Now, when I click space, I get this information. I need to add the field, and the field is the column that we want to filter. Let's say we want to filter this data by the home team. The home team, which is in column F, that's column 6, or that's field 6. The field is a number. And then we can have here a criteria. Let's say I want to see all the games for Valencia. I run it, and as you see, we've got all the games where Valencia is the home team. Now let's say you want to have, and of course if you come here, this is what we've done. We've ticked that box. Now let's say you want to see Valencia and Sevilla. So how to do that? So there is a criteria 2, and we could do this with criteria 2, but there's no criteria 3, 4, 5. So we can do that only for 2 criteria maximum. And then we would have to use the operator OR. And you see we get a long list. We're going to go through some of this in a moment. So we would get here OR. So let me put that maybe in another line. So here would come criteria 2, as we said, Sevilla. So now we would filter for games where either Valencia or Sevilla are the home team. Here we go. We have Valencia, Sevilla. But yeah, most likely you're gonna probably have more than 2 criteria. So then this doesn't work anymore. So then you have to use an array. So let me remove this. Now let's say we want to have Valencia, Sevilla, and Barcelona or whatever. Then you have to put here array, and as many as you need to filter by. Of course, assuming that these are entries in the data. And then you have to use the operator filter values. Otherwise, it will not work. So filter values, and you can have as many values as you want as an array here. So let me run now this. And now we have games for Barcelona, Valencia, and Sevilla as home team. Now we can also filter by date. Let me comment that and move here to another line. Let's say we want to filter by date. That's field 4. And we want to have games only between, let's say, after the 1st of August, and this is, I have the date as US date, so month, day, and this is for 2022, season 2022-2023. Now the operator should be the end, because it's gonna be between 1st of August and, let me go to the next line, criteria 2 is gonna be below August 31st. If I run now, we see all the games for August. And we can filter by many other things using the operators. So for example, if we had colors, we don't have colors in this data set, but I can add some color. Let's say I have some colors in field. I'm gonna add them now. Field 6, the home team. I have marked something in my data set. I have put some color. I could now say criteria 1 is gonna be whatever I marked, and we could target the font color or the cell or interior color. Let's say it's yellow, and then the operator now is this one, Excel filter cell color, or we could use Excel filter font color if we want to filter by the color of the font. So let's select this one. Let me comment this, and if I have now some colors, let's add, for example, let's say I have marked some, you know, it in this data set probably doesn't make sense, but I'm pretty sure that if you're working with Excel, sometimes you put colors or to that cell or the whole or the whole row, right? So this is gonna check if there is a yellow cell color in that, and it's gonna filter by that. So let me go back. This is what this line of code is doing. If we run it, we're gonna get the three entries, the three rows where the color in the field 6 is yellow, the interior color or cell color is yellow.